The air above Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, is a constant bustle of activity. Thousands of flights take off and land each day, ferrying millions of passengers across the globe. But on one particular Friday afternoon, the skies over LAX were the setting for a terrifying near-miss that nearly led to disaster. Harrowing footage from that day would capture the tense, heart-stopping moment when a Delta flight almost collided with a plane carrying the Gonzaga University men's basketball team as they crossed a runway. The incident has left many questioning the safety protocols in place at one of the busiest airports in the world, and the footage itself serves as a chilling reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. It was around 4:30 p.m. when the video began. Air traffic control had just given Key Lime Air Flight 563, a private jet carrying the Gonzaga basketball team, the clearance to cross a runway at LAX. Team was arriving from Washington, preparing for a game against UCLA. They had no idea they were about to come dangerously close to a near catastrophe. As the plane began its slow roll, making its way across the taxiway, the unthinkable happened. A Delta Flight 471, was barreling down the runway at full speed, preparing for takeoff. That moment, a series of quick-thinking actions unfolded. Air traffic control could see the impending danger, and within seconds the controller's voice echoed through the radio. "Stop, stop, stop!" His words were laden with urgency and fear, as he realized the situation was escalating rapidly. The smaller Key Lime Airjet was already in motion, and Delta Flight 471 was fast approaching at full speed. The air traffic controller's command was clear and firm. The jet had to stop before it entered the runway, or the two planes would be on a collision course. The footage captured by a plane spotter standing nearby only adds to the sense of disbelief and urgency. "Woo! Woo! Wow!" the spotter exclaimed, clearly shaken by what he had just witnessed. He had been filming the runway, expecting to see the usual flow of air traffic, but nothing could have prepared him for the shocking close call that was unfolding in front of him. The spotter, whose voice trembled with astonishment, added, "In the years I've been doing this, I've never heard an ATC controller tell a plane to stop, stop, stop." The words, so rare and full of dread, conveyed the gravity of the moment. Just as the situation seemed poised to spiral into chaos, the Key Lime Airjet's pilots followed the air traffic controller's command, slamming on the brakes in a last-ditch effort to avoid disaster. Plane came to a halt mere feet away from crossing the runway's edge, narrowly avoiding collision with the fast-approaching Delta aircraft. Delta Flight 471, an Airbus A321, roared past, lifting off from the runway in a dramatic surge, its engines humming with power. The two planes, though on different flight paths, had narrowly missed each other, and for a brief moment it seemed as though the worst had been avoided. In the aftermath of the incident, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, was quick to launch an investigation. According to an FAA spokesperson, air traffic controllers had directed Key Lime Air Flight 563 to hold short of the runway, knowing that Delta Flight 471 was preparing for takeoff. But when the Embraer E-135 jet carrying the Gonzaga team began to move forward, the controllers acted immediately, ordering the pilots to stop, just in time to prevent a collision. Fortunately, the jet never crossed the runway's edge, and the situation ended without incident. The incident was a harrowing reminder of the challenges faced by air traffic controllers in managing complex air traffic patterns at major airports. LAX, known for its high volume of flights, had been experiencing heavy traffic due to the holiday season. Over 3.2 million passengers were expected to pass through the airport during the weeks between December 19th and the New Year, adding pressure to an already stressed system. With so many planes arriving and departing at the same time, the risk of accidents rises, and air traffic controllers must remain vigilant and responsive to ensure the safety of everyone involved. For the Gonzaga basketball team, the incident was a sobering reminder of how quickly things can go wrong, even in the most routine of circumstances. The team had just landed from Washington ahead of their game against UCLA, and what was meant to be an ordinary airport experience quickly turned into an extraordinary, life-threatening event. In a statement, Gonzaga University expressed their gratitude for the safe outcome, noting that they were still awaiting further details about the incident but were thankful it had ended without injury. While the Gonzaga team's plane had been at the center of the near-miss Delta's flight, a commercial passenger aircraft, had not been directly affected by the situation. The airline confirmed that Delta Flight 471, bound for Atlanta, had continued its takeoff without any delays or issues resulting from the close call. According to Delta, the pilots aboard the aircraft were never in immediate danger, as they had already taken off by the time the near miss occurred. However, the incident was still unsettling for everyone involved, and both airlines cooperated fully with the FAA investigation. Despite the safe resolution, the near collision occurred during a deadly week in the skies across the globe, casting a shadow over what would otherwise have been a routine day of air travel. Just a day after the near miss at LAX, another aviation disaster struck. In South Korea, 179 passengers lost their lives when a Jeju air flight crashed into a concrete barrier at the end of a runway. Tragedy sent shockwaves through the international aviation community and served as a grim reminder of the dangers that persist despite the many advances in air travel technology and safety. Days later, on Wednesday, tragedy struck once again in Kazakhstan, where 38 people were killed in the crash of an Azerbaijani passenger plane. Authorities speculated that Russian missiles were responsible for the crash, adding a geopolitical layer to the already tragic incident. This string of devastating accidents highlighted the fragile nature of air travel and underscored the importance of continuous improvement in aviation safety protocols, as well as greater international cooperation to prevent such incidents in the future. For the passengers aboard Delta Flight 471 and Key Lime Air Flight 563, the near miss was a reminder of how quickly a routine flight can become something far more dangerous. The incident could have resulted in tragedy for everyone involved, and the swift and decisive actions of the air traffic controllers were undoubtedly the key factor in preventing disaster. Without their intervention, the situation might have turned out much differently. As the aviation industry continues to grow and evolve, incidents like this should serve as an important wake-up call to the dangers that still exist in the sky. In conclusion, the near miss at LAX was a stark reminder of the risks involved in air travel. While safety protocols have improved over the years, the close call between the two planes shows that even the smallest mistakes or lapses in judgment can have disastrous consequences. The incident highlights the critical role of air traffic controllers in ensuring the safety of passengers, as well as the importance of pilots being able to react quickly in high-pressure situations. Close call also serves as a reminder that even as air travel becomes increasingly common, the risks and dangers that come with it should never be underestimated. The near miss at LAX also serves as a cautionary tale for travelers, illustrating how quickly a routine journey can take a turn for the worse. The experience of the Gonzaga basketball team, who were lucky to escape unscathed, will likely stay with them for a long time. It is a sobering reminder that in the world of air travel, safety is never a guarantee, and each flight carries its own set of risks.